Well, as of today, there wasn't a whole lot else to do because, if you know how sick I am from what I've posted in the last videos, I have gotten worse and haven't been able to go to work, but did decide I'd kind of be able to come on here for little demonstrations of things because some of this is kind of like maybe some stuff you've seen me do before, but there's just probably going to be a little thing I'm going to work on today. Probably not going to do videos of this whole project because some of it is just stuff where you've kind of seen projects like it in other ways, but this is one of those sewing projects that has a little unique step to it compared to the steps of the other ones that I've demonstrated, and that is kind of like where before we do much else, we put together the face of this little raccoon here and have like where we sort of have this part here that kind of makes the mask over its eyes and this part up here that kind of makes its ears, and and of course I will say that the rest of it is just parts where, like, when you come down to it, this little part that makes the lower part of its face and its belly is all one piece that this will get sewn onto. But I come on now just to kind of demonstrate a special unique step that doesn't really come up in a lot of other things you've seen me do. And so when it just comes right down to this, it's going to be what we see as just how the work shall come along, make it so we see little animals of what they do and say and make. And I say little raccoon is just one of the things that comes along to this. There are certain steps we take along, and there's places where, if it does come out a little uneven around the mask and below the ears, it's going to be a place that you can kind of put back together. And then it's just kind of one of these things where this thread is coming clear around here, and I'm just off from work right now. I'm going to see the doctor later, and right now I'm kind of, with my computer, I'm uploading things, right now in with devices that kind of have to, be stayed a certain way or else they'll disconnect. So have to kind of stay off of there for a while just to kind of give it time to work. Decide to take care of just a thing or two like that while I'm off of work and get the chance to do it. So that was just one little piece of work we took that way just to do what we knew we could do. And I say that this is just kind of like little things we kind of come along and make with our hands, and just how these little demonstrations go will just be the things that show us in the long run the best of who we are and what we can do. I say there's even been a raccoon that I've been sewing inside a Starbucks and gotten pretty further along on it. Not sure how the steps are all coming along, but I will say that it was one where when things came out a little bit crooked around the face in places. I kind of had to go back and work a little more on that to kind of get the extra work inside done. And when it comes down to this little character of a animal, it just kind of makes it so we see how it shall come out and be all good for the better. And oh, come on, I say that this is just kind of a little light we have, and make it so, oh my, I tell y'all, all those dreams I have is just coming by here, taking little steps here. Of course, there's going to be little errors along the way. Trial and error is just part of what helps you to become more creative at what you do and gets you a little more accomplished. You kind of learn from your mistakes and learn that that's what mistakes are for. And oh, I say that this is just kind of just what we all kind of have and see and do in life. And I say that this is just kind of the way a little step shall make its way to you and to me. And I say that this is just kind of the thing that this shall make of us in our longest run of life. And then come along, take every step we must to get this sewn along and get to where we have the mask attached to the ears, and then sorry, I tell you, having a cough a lot. And then make it where this is just going to be the very best little thing we're going to see. Surely it's going to work along better once we get about the steps. I say we're going to probably turn this out in a little bit just to see how it does, kind of turn it to its reverse side just to try to see a little bit more as far as what we've done and how we did it and how we got it to come out and all. And I say that this is just kind of the work that makes us all see what we all need and have, and little work we make, I say, oh, it's just where we come and bind the things together, the tie that binds, and then put in a little bit more of the work to come along and see how this little item is going to come out and make how we got a good little coon here to show in what we do and have and make. And I say just make it so it's going to turn out so it needs to be, and then kind of get along here and see, it turns out it looks like we kind of got it good out here. I don't know how long I can stay on here and do this, or even how long I can stay on and continue to talk. It's kind of really probably bad for my throat and cough right now for me to try to talk a lot, so kind of have to take little breaks and intervals in between Of course, this video ended up being short, so we won't talk much as far as all the other things I go over when I come on here, but I'd say that we're going to close this up right now and perhaps just give it a moment to upload, and hope to be back with you soon. Take care.